Hi, my name is Dawn and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making everyday chicken curry. I have no idea where this recipe came from. I've had it in my recipe files since the 80s and there's no note where it came from. So I can't give credit where credit's due. If you happen to know where this recipe came from, please let me know because I'd love to give the credit to the right person because this is an excellent recipe. It comes together super quick. It's a great family favorite. It's a winner because I like to bring you winners for sure. Anyways, let's get going. First, let's pull out all our ingredients. We're going to need a 2.5-inch piece of ginger. I now keep my ginger in my freezer. A Twitter friend told me about it and it works great and saves, and I always have it at the ready. We're going to need 5 to 7 cloves of garlic, and I always find that super funny because I always do 7. Like, I don't know what the range is for. I guess I always do the most. And I also keep my garlic that's pre-peeled in the freezer now at the ready. In this recipe, we're making our own curry paste, so we need a whole bunch of spices. Cumin seeds, coriander seed, fennel seed, whole cloves, green cardamom pods, oh, I didn't say that right, green cardamom pods. It calls for a mild chili flake, and it specifically mentions Aleppo pepper, which I have, so I'll be using that. Half a cup of unsweetened coconut. So those are all our ingredients to make our curry paste. And for cooking, we'll need some vegetable oil, some yellow onions, regular table salt, a can of coconut milk, a 1/4 cup of water, the juice of 1 lime, and 2 pounds of boneless chicken breasts. I'm going to put these back in the fridge until I need them because I'll be cutting them up last. Okay, so what are the tools that we need? I brought in all my measuring tools with my ingredients to make sure I've got the quantities needed. So what other tools do I need? Well, we are going to be making a paste, and you can do this in a blender, or if you have a spice grinder like I do, you can do it in this, and that's what I'm going to do today. But a blender works perfectly fine. We'll need a cutting board and a knife. We make this in a large Dutch oven, so pull one out. And we'll need a spoon for stirring. I think that's it. Now we can get going. First thing that we are going to do is we are going to make our paste. So if you're like me and you've got your ginger in the freezer, it's going to be too hard to cut off a piece, and we want it to grind easily. So I'm just going to grate it up right with the peel because it's just perfectly fine that way. And now we're just going to toss in our garlic cloves. So we need 1.5 teaspoons of our cumin seed, 2.5 teaspoons of our coriander seed, oh, and I'm right down to the end, 1 teaspoon of fennel seed, 3 whole cloves, 5 green cardamom pods, 1 tablespoon of our Aleppo pepper, half a cup of our unsweetened coconut. I'm just using a measuring cup because it's just easier. It goes everywhere. 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric. And now we're going to need a little water to make a paste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending it, and we'll see how much water I need to do to make a smooth paste. Okay, I had to add about half a cup of water to get this super smooth paste. As you can see how smooth that looks. So that's ready to go, and we've got our curry paste made. So I'm just going to move our spice mixture right to our stove, which is where we're going to need it. I'm going to move the rest of the items that we only need at the stove to the stove. I'll just chop my lemon in half so I can put it at the stove all ready to go. And for our onions, we just want to have them thinly sliced. Whew, these onions are strong. My eyes are really watering. Okay, I need about 2 cups, which was about 1.5 of the onions. I'll put the other one in the fridge for something else that I'll make. I just grabbed a plate to put the onions on until I go to cook them. And I'll move these to the stove. And finally, I just have to cut up my chicken. And what we want for the chicken is we want it cut into about 1/2 inch strips. Okay, all done. Let me clean up. Okay, now let's head to the stove. So as you can see, we've got everything all lined up, ready to go for our cooking. Oh, it just wouldn't be one of my videos if there wasn't a mistake. Forgot to press the record. So what is missing here is you set your stove to medium, add your 2 tablespoons of oil, and then add your onions and 1 teaspoon of salt, and you cook them until they're nice and very brown. And here we go into the video. Okay, so this is what we want our onions to look like, all golden and great. And that took about 14-15 minutes. You definitely want to take the time to get this great flavor. It's completely worth it. And now what we do is we add our chicken, and we want to cook this till it's almost done and there's no pink showing. So once it's basically cooked on the outside, we're now going to add our curry paste. And now we're going to continue to cook it until the chicken is almost cooked through. It should be smelling really good right now, like really good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our 1/4 cup of water and our coconut milk. Make sure you give it a super good shake. And now we're going to simmer this for 15 minutes until the chicken's cooked through. So our 15 minutes is up and our curry looks even darker. You want to just grab one of the bigger pieces and cut into it and just make sure that it's cooked all the way through. And I'm all good to go. And now you want to do just a quick taste test to make sure that you see if you need to add any salt. And this is hot, so be careful. Oh God, it's good. It does not need any salt. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add juice of 1 lime. This is just going to add a counterbalance to the sweetness of the coconut milk. And I'm just going to stir it around and do one more taste test. What I love about this recipe, it is not hard. It makes loads of sauce, so we'll be having this for dinner. It's a great make ahead. We're not eating for a while, so I'm gonna cool this off and reheat it for dinner. It's a great keeper. It keeps in your fridge for several days. What's not to love about it? Oh, I hope you can see all the steam, how hot this is. But we're having it over rice. This is great over rice. I've also got roasted cauliflower, which is another one of our favorites to have with this curry. I've been thinking about it, and I think one of my South Asian friends gave it to me ages and ages ago. I think that's where it's from. Maybe her family recipe. I don't know. It's not too spicy. Loads of sauce. Great flavor. Time to have dinner. I hope you give this recipe a try, and until next time, keep cooking.